Start every video with a smile. Alright, this is story time. I wanted to tell my wife this story. I don't think she would have totally understood it, other than the scary part of it. But it'd be better if I take a video, do a video of it. Now, I was supposed to also be doing a drink video showing my updated version of Dr. Sebi Seamaw's drink, and inspired by my niece who told me she wanted to know how it was made. But I've got to put that and post that after this. But this is a good story. It's a scary story. Ready for a scary story? It's like on a dark and stormy night. This is what happened. All right, so this is last night. So since, what is this? This is Tuesday. So since Sunday, I don't know if it's a neighborhood cat or a stray cat or a wild cat, a feral cat, or somebody's cat that's pregnant and is outside. I don't know. But before, I didn't even know it was a cat until like Monday morning. But I heard this crying outside, and anybody knows scary stories. You hear crying late at night. Don't open the door. Don't go check it out. It could be a baby crying. I mean, but you're in a community. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, I don't know. You call the cops. So that being said, I didn't go check it that first time. I figured I was like, this sounds like an animal. And it was whining. So on Monday morning, getting up, getting ready to going to work, going out, I saw the actual, cat. I saw the cat. And it was kind of whining. It was crazy because I walked around the corner and I heard it, and it sounded like it was coming from a bush, like round the corner from me. And I had my flashlight at that time, and I was flashlighting. I had something else on me too, because just in case it's something else, supernatural. All right, so let's get to the story. So, then I heard it again, and I kind of noticed it, and I saw the cat, coming out of some other bushes that were farther down, and I was like, okay, that's got to be the cat, because it sounded, it was coming from that road, but it was weird because it was coming from around the place at first. So, I mind my own business. I go to work. Last night, same thing, but it was started up probably about 8 p.m. But I'm on the internet playing the Division with one of my friends. And, you got the headphones and stuff on. So for 2 hours, it's tuned out. I'm just focused on, what's going on the game. So at about 10 o'clock, it's bedtime. I got to start getting ready to go to sleep. And so I heard it, but then it kind of dissipated, kind of stopped. So I was like, oh, damn, who is leaving their cat out? And it's kind of cold here. And I was like, man, it's like, and cats, I guess, I don't know if it's sick or I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I was thinking about calling the animal services. So, man, I go to sleep. I fall asleep about midnight. All of a sudden, I hear this tapping at the door. No, this is not Edgar Allan Poe, but I heard this touching shh. This like, it's like scratching, but it's more like something dragging up against the bottom of the door, on the outside door, and I'm in my room and I can hear something, but then I open up that door and I'm like, I can hear it at that point. I'm like, what is that? And it's like, shh. Then it goes away. So I slowly walk up to the peephole and I look out. And I don't see anybody. And I'm like, I'm getting prepared. I got Thundercat in my hand. So, I'm like, what is this? What is going on? So I don't really see anything outside, but I'm standing by the door and I heard it shh. Like it's a scratching, but a light scratch, more like a paw, like going across the bottom of the door. But I don't hear the whining or anything. And I'm like, oh man, what is this? So this goes on for like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, but not consistently. So I sat down, like where I'm at right now, I sat down. I was like, I'm just listening to this, like, this is strange. So I turn on the porch light, and I turn on the porch light, and I kind of open up the blinds and stuff, and it's dark in here. I turn off everything in here. So I'm like, I'm listening. It's like, shh, and I'm like, I still hear it. I said, man, what is this? So I said, okay, if somebody's playing with me, you know, I don't know, some crazy, I don't know, because I don't have anybody, no friends or any family ain't gonna play with me like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna come to my house at midnight and play around like that. That ain't how I get down, you know. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't see anything. You know, my neighbor across the hall, I ain't friendly with like that. None of my neighbors, you know, social, like, hey, how you doing? But I don't have their numbers and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know if I would call the police. So, you know, and I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe what I did still, I probably should have called the police or something. I didn't hear the whining anymore. The cat whining. That's one of the biggest things. It's like all that was gone. And it was still doing it at there, but it wasn't consistent. It was like maybe every 30 seconds to a minute it would do it. But it wasn't like shh, you know, but it was consistent. I was like, so I had this bright idea. I'm going to go out on the patio because the patio has a light on. It's pretty bright out there. I can open up the patio door and I can look around the corner of my place from the patio, you know, while still being on the patio and kind of see my front door area. And so I said I was going to do that. But I'm not, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should call the police. I don't know if I should be telling this story now. Maybe I won't post this story. But I just put it like this. I was well armed. Yeah. I'm thinking, as I'm, you know, going over the story now, I'm really thinking about it's like, you know, because I told this to my friend, and I kind of like, you know, when you're talking to your friend, you know, you're sounding, you know, macho, you know, like, yeah, I ain't scared. As I'm telling this, and I know it's going to go to the ethers, I'm like, should I have done what I did? So, but that being said, let's just keep it going. It is what it is. Nothing crazy. So the story's not going to be a sad ending because I'm still here, and obviously I'm not in jail or on the other side. So good things, blessing. So, but it's creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy. What was it? What is it? So that being said, I was getting ready to go out on the patio, and I noticed the storage room on the patio was open. I mean, it has a lock. You know, you can lock it. I had a key. And I was like, why is the storage area in the patio open? So if I go out the patio door, by the time I step my foot outside, I'm outside. If somebody was to burst out of that door, I mean, we're face to face within 3 feet of each other. And I'm thinking, what the hell? And like I say, at this point, and I didn't even think about that before, but I'm well armed, you know. So I turn on a light, turn on a laser, and I'm like, whatever's playing this game, this is about to be on. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking about this after the fact. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I should have went through all that. Oh, but that being said, I decided to step on out on the patio. When I stepped out of the patio, door didn't open. I was getting prepared for it, and I kind of closed the screen door behind me because I was like, I don't want anything busting back in my place. Hey, whatever's about to happen, it's about to happen. It's about to go down. It's done. You know, what I'm carrying and whatever else I got on me, I was like, it's on. You know, it's on. So I open up the door real quick and I look inside I had the light on and I'm looking inside and it's like, nothing. Nothing's in there other than the storage stuff I got. I got crates in there. And anybody wanted it. There's a reason I left it out there because it's mostly just books and just junk is, you know, memorabilia stuff. It ain't nothing expensive out there. And I don't really have anything that expensive anyway. You know, everything I bought in this place, other than this elliptical next to me, I bought it since I've been here. So I ain't rich. I can't afford that much. So, it's just clothes and storage stuff in there. And they stacked on top of my suitcase and luggage. So it's only like 5 crates in there in a suitcase. And I'm like, I said, this is crazy. How did this door get open? And so, all this is going through my mind while I'm doing this. And I said, okay, focus back on what's at the front door. So with the light on and the laser on, I peep around the corner. And what do you think it is? Guess in the comments. Like, ain't nobody going to comment to this. Maybe a couple people comment to it. But before I tell you, guess what you think it is? For about half an hour, when I'm noticing stuff, something is rubbing the bottom of the door. Not scraping the bottom, but rubbing the bottom of the door enough where you can hear it and you know something's there. So look around the corner. It's a plastic bag. It's a big bag. And see, I didn't know it was windy outside until I got out on the actual balcony. That's when I noticed it was, kind of windy, but it wasn't windy, but it was windy enough. And it was a bag. The bag was stuck at the corner of my door, rubbing on that door. And I'm like, what the hell? And see, it had stopped for a while, so I guess it kind of got stuck or hung on something. And it was a bag. And then I'm thinking, man, how did the door to my storage get open? Because it's locked. Then I thought about it, I said, oh, Lord. I put up some nice decorations, some like ivory decorations I got off of Amazon on my railing. It was funny because my wife was watching me on the phone when it was FaceTime when I was doing it. I was laying on the ground trying to get the bot. And I didn't want to bring the stuff just all the way in. So I opened up the door and left the rest of it on the floor in the closet. And I didn't lock the door back. I didn't close it all the way. So it was windy. So the wind must have opened it up just enough. What is the moral to this story? Don't let your mind override your logic. Don't sit up here and paranoid yourself out or spook yourself out. That's the logic behind it. I'm sitting up here thinking all this, what is this? But I wasn't getting crazy with it. Now, I do think about what I took outside was over the amount that I probably should have took outside. But at that point, I was thinking if somebody, not to say where I live, there's always videos you see people doing home invasions and stuff like that. And last year there was an interesting one where I stay, and I'm not going to even stay where I stay. Not exactly where I stay, but in the community area. And I remember the guy he kind of overdid it. He just unloaded through his door. And you got neighbors around and stuff like that. So, you got to be really careful. And, I'm thinking, it was like, damn, but what I took out there would have been more precise than, me just shooting through a door. But, I was like, dude, but when I looked out the front door, I didn't see anything. That's the interesting part. When you hear, it's like you can still hear something at the bottom of the door, like somebody's laying on the ground, just shh, shh. Every 30 seconds, shh, like the rub. It almost sounds like your hand rubbing across the door. But now that I knew what it was like, it's a plastic bag. It wasn't a small, not the little small plastic bag, but it was a big plastic bag. I don't even know how it got up there, Big plastic bag that's in the corner, just with the wind, it's stuck and it just moves across the door. Well, when you get paranoid, you get silly. So, yeah, as I think about this story now, I don't sound as macho as when I was talking to my friend and, oh yeah, I went out there and, I'm like, but if something had went down, are you willing, like John Correa said with active self-protection, he says you got to be emotionally and spiritually ready. So am I that spiritually ready to unload on somebody, when they weren't coming in the house? They weren't kicking in the door. It's like it was noise. It was noise. And I guess it, it wakes you up at night and you're paranoid or you're thinking all these thoughts and stuff. And like I said, thought I had a good tactical plan. And I really got that plan. I had a roommate, Herb, back in Atlanta. We stayed in Clarkston, Atlanta. So I guess this is a part 2 to the story. And there was home invasions going on at this apartment complex back in the day in Clarkston. I forgot that street it was off of, but we were basically in an area where there was a strip club that was in that area. It was busy area at night, and I guess they started having home invasions. And apartment people were really trifling there. They really didn't communicate what was going on a lot. I knew more stuff because of what my job was and who I communicated with on a daily basis at my job. So I knew more stuff was going on in the area. But it was just part 2 to the story, I had a then girlfriend over there, and I think my niece was there, and her kids were there, and Herb was there. And we were all just chilling out on like a Saturday night. And somebody comes, knocking on the door. Hey man, they just robbed me. They just stole my phone. I need to use your phone real quick, man. I need help. And I was like, we didn't just run up and go and open up the door and stuff like that. Home invasion. That's how they get you. So he went and got his, and I went and got mine. And this took like a minute or something to do this. And then I came back to the door. I said, hey, you still there? I got my phone and stuff. And interesting, what I was going to do then is I was going to go out the back patio, which had a busted screen. And I was going to go out the back patio and I was going to go around and then see if they were around. That would have been stupid. Stupid. So I guess that's where I got the whole thing of getting on this patio and looking around to the front. It's like, and I'm thinking about it now, like, that's still putting yourself out there, man. It's ambushes is ambushes. And I just remember, I was going to go out that patio and he was going to open up the door. I don't know how we were coordinating this, which is stupid because ain't none of us was like, trained like military or even any real DJ training. I'm going to be honest. I don't even think that was like the first Glock I had. I don't think I had ever shot that thing at that point. So as you see where this story's going is, look, people, train, don't be paranoid, have a plan in place. And if you can, call the police. Let the police deal with it. That's what we pay the police for. We don't want to send our law enforcement people in any kind of, knowing bad situation. We want to give them as much information as possible. But man, that was a stupid idea back in the day, and this is kind of a stupid idea. But that back in the day, that was a home invasion. They were setting us up for a home invasion because about a couple of days later, and it's interesting because I didn't tell the apartment people, but I told the law enforcement that I dealt with at the time on a regular basis about what happened, because it was a Saturday night, and where I worked at that point on the Sunday, the most law enforcement worked at that place at that time. So I was telling them what was going on, and they were like, no, that area is having a lot of home invasions. And man, if we go to the third story, I could tell about actually shootout that a bullet came through the wall and hit the refrigerator. On the other side of the refrigerator was my niece's bed. She was in her bed. It just didn't go through the refrigerator. It didn't go through the wall. It hit the refrigerator and was stuck in the refrigerator. That's another story. And that's another story of me going out, not being trained. Now, trust me, I'm way different now. Trust me, if I had used what I was going to use, I am way more. I don't know. Did I put that video up? I've got a video of me training with that device. I don't know if I could put it on YouTube like that. I think, yeah, as long as you don't, that would be interesting. I need to put that video. I actually saw that video last year. I've got it still saved where I was actually training somewhere. This is 2000. 20. Yeah, this had to be 2020. Yeah, 4 years. Woo, long time ago. But yeah, uh, yeah. You need to train. You need to have plans. You need to be focused if you're going to get involved in this. But yeah, I remember. Uh, okay, skipping over the home invasion part, which they ran off, but they wound up doing it to someone there, and actually someone got killed there. And I remember the lawyers were trying to get involved with people to find out more stuff because the management was going through different management companies coming in. But man, this is a long time ago. This is 15 years ago now. And I remember the lawyers were trying to, get people who would actually talk about stuff and testify at that because someone got killed in the home invasion over there. So, like I say, the third one, because here we go. We went from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 3-bedroom apartment. It was a big apartment. It was like it was like $800 a month. So you could tell this is way back in the day. And it was a pretty big apartment. And my sister stayed there and Herb was still my roommate. And that's when they got to shooting. There was a drug deal gone wrong. And I ain't going to go too deep into this because there's more parts to this story that could make me a target in a sense if I tell more details of it. But yeah, there's a drug deal gone wrong. And these fools got to straight up shooting. And they left their vehicle there. And I guess it was, they just bucking all over the place. And if you understand where my apartment was, and it was upstairs, and where the street areas, like, what were they shooting at? I mean, did dude just like jump over the building and they shooting at him? Like if he ran straight up the street, how are the bullets? But see, that's the whole point. People don't train. People got these guns and they dangerous to themselves and others. So train, But I just think about it. That's why I'm saying I'm telling this story, and I'm going to end this story. It's 22 minutes into this video. And I'm telling these crazy stories of, I think my wife will watch this video and you'll get the stories out of it, see what she says. But I had never shot that gun, that Glock, first Glock I had ever had. And I had never shot that gun. And it wasn't even chambered. We were going outside because it was a shootout. It was just a shootout, like 3-4 minutes. We heard the bullet. We heard the ricochet. So he was, where was he at? He was in the game room and I think I was at the couch, and I heard it because we heard the ricochet in the kitchen. And we got our pieces and we go outside, like who are we? Saying, what are you, the local neighborhood avenging force? No, call the police. Call the police. It's a shootout, so it's already went down. Call the police. I didn't even have one in the chamber. I ain't never fired that gun. And after that, that's when I started getting more serious about like, hey, man, you got to learn how. I think it was the first time we went to the gun range. Everybody went and I shot that. And then I noticed I didn't even like that gun. I was like, man, this gun is, I don't like how this is shooting and stuff. I didn't like it. So that's what I think about now. I'm analyzing this now and thinking about this later and like, People, if you buy a firearm, train with the firearm. Shoot it at least one time. Feel it, know how it is. I got a friend who he didn't buy. Somebody gave him 2. And I always told him, we went to the range one time and shot, and I even shot it myself. We shot one of them, which is a 40 cal, and that gun's discontinued for a reason. That gun sucks. The trigger sucks. The recoil sucks. I was probably 10 feet away from the target, didn't hit anything. And the guy who was with us, who was very good, was barely hitting his target. And this dude, even though he's really never practiced with like real guns, he was very good with pellet guns. And his just form and everything is really good. And he wasn't really hitting anything. And the other guy who shoots a lot wasn't really hitting anything. I didn't hit nothing. I'm 10 feet away from the target. I think I shot maybe 4 shots. I didn't hit anything. And I'm like, I don't know about that, buddy. I wouldn't keep that gun. But individual kept it, and God bless. I hope he never has to use it. If he does, that other gun he's got is a revolver. I would bet that wouldn't be better. But yeah, you have to practice. You have to have scenarios. You have to have confidence in whatever you're doing. And like I said, there's a 25-minute mirror of some stories, some spooky stories and weird stories and some home invasion stories and, shootout stories. Man, just, all this is back in Atlanta. Like I said, I didn't expect anything here. Not to say I'm in the best neighborhood in the world, but God bless, and I'm thinking, don't be paranoid. So that being said, I ordered a Ring camera. I'll hook it up tomorrow. So I'm going to turn this TV on and look at whatever it is. It ain't a Ring. It's just a camera that hooks up to your Wi-Fi and stuff. So I can look at outside and have a good angle of stuff. And there's 2 of them. So I'm going to put one somewhere where it can look at the other, so they both look at each other from a distance. So you can kind of triangle in between. I don't want to give too much details out because, people smart. They ain't stupid. But yeah, put the cameras up. Because I'm telling you, if I put the cameras up and I see somebody at that bottom of that door, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to shoot through that door because you don't know what that person's doing. You don't know if they intoxicated or on drugs or, they're just having a bad day. And, I don't want nobody, if I'm feeling sick or down and out, I don't want nobody just gunning through the door just because I happen to be there. And I'm just, thinking I'm at my own house. Come on now. We don't want to do that. We had a case here a couple years ago. Someone thought they were in their own house and just opened fire, and God bless that moment. That's a sad moment. It's a horrible moment. So, we want to be focused and we don't want to do anything crazy. So, that's it. So let's put a camera outside. Let's get the cameras up. At least the cameras will show you the last known image. And if something go wrong, call the police. Call the police, Call the police. Hey, if it turns out to be good, buy the police lunch. Buy them dinner. Buy them breakfast in the morning. Saying take care of the police. And people say, well, how you going to do? You can't just give them money. What are you talking about, man? You can Uber, Waffle House, they can go pick it up themselves. Man, I'm telling you, Uber Eats is off the chain now. I mean, you can order stuff on Uber Eats and you can just go pick it up, So you can like, hey, y'all get what you want. And, just saying, if it's something crazy, respect your law enforcement, respect your fire department, respect these people who serve us and take care of us in the community. But yeah, just people be safe. People take care of yourself. People train. And this has been my little, I guess, 3-stage stories. 3-stage stories of weirdness. So, till next time, I thank you for watching. I wish everyone peace, health, wealth. Until next time.